Ladies and gentlemen, from Stoke-on-Trent, England, he's the back-to-back two-time champion of the world jackpot, Adrian And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Scotland, it's time to meet the reigning champion of the world, the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
Well, they've been flying up in the commentary box all night. Here's Stuart Pike and Rod Harrington.
So Gary Anderson or Adrian Lewis to take on Phil Taylor in the semi-finals. We already know that Michael Van Gerwen will be playing James Wade in the first semi on Sunday here in Perth. And we reckon this could be the match of the night. We shall see. Gary Anderson, the champion of the world, against Adrian Lewis, of course, has won it twice back-to-back. There is the world champion, the world number 2, against the world number 5. And they won't muck around. They'll get on with this. We will hopefully have 14 or 15 legs of exceptional darts.
If both players turn up, Stuart, we will definitely have 45. That many legs. And exceptional darts is guaranteed. These two of the rawest talents in the game. Their fluency will suit each other, the speed. And certainly what normally happens in a game like this, once one player starts hitting the big scores, the other normally follows suit. So what we need early on is a little 180. Perhaps 80 will oblige here, but I said at the top of this, Stuart, about 80's game. He seems to chuck that third dart away too many times for me. He gets 2 treble 20s and it's just a flick. I'd just like him to keep a little bit better rhythm. And if he does, his consistency will go up.
That's a great first dart. More like it. That's the third dart that Rod was talking about. Bang on the money. And Lewis here has left 86 after 12.
100.
Impressive first leg. Less so for Gary Anderson. Double 4. Well, that's a good leg. Really good. If you want to start a big quarter-final here in the World Series with a dominant display on throw, that's what Adrian Lewis has done.
Yes, and we spoke about his third dart, hit the 140 to set the checkout out.
58.
That extra treble 20s, that's what it did. And he's just got to keep, as I said, that rhythm with the third dart, and then he's a force to be reckoned with.
No real rhythm from Anderson on the treble 20 so far, so the treble 19 will have to do. Does very nicely. Thank you very much for Gary Anderson.
100.
Incredible to think, you know, that
45.
Gary Anderson has won 10 out of the last 11 meetings between these two. Absolutely dominant in the head-to-heads. Adrian Lewis's only win against Anderson in the last 18 months or so has come on the Pro Tour and a Players' Championship event. Absolute dominance between the pair.
59.
Do you know what, I mean, Anderson's finding it hard to find the treble with the darts, and normally when it's hard to find the treble, the darts are going low, but Gary Anderson, he's pitching them at least an inch over the top. So he needs to just find the range, and there again, on Anderson the one, it's above the treble.
80.
He needs to find that range early on.
But disappointing, you have to say, from both, as far as the scoring is concerned.
44. Gary
It will get better
90.
with so much at stake. A place in the semi-finals here in Perth.
50.
And finally left to finish, but Anderson's had 18 darts in this leg. You can see how far Lewis is behind.
60.
The ladies had 18 and he still wants 140. So Anderson to level it up. To be quite honest, Gary will not care that it's a 19-dart leg. It is one leg on the board. And she said, Stuart, both of them have not woken up yet. You know, if one of them can get into some stride, he could get a little bit of a lead here and put the pressure on them. Both players only just over the 80 average, which we was not expecting.
77.
Yeah, not a lot from Anderson, not too much from Lewis either, so it is one apiece. Holder throw apiece. Van Gerwen against Wade, Taylor against question mark. And that's a much better first dart, much better second dart.
125.
But again, in the combination, a loose one from the world champ.
Well, he certainly has got the first dart going a lot better now. He should come down just to knock that odd 9 off.
34.
Well, he went for the treble 16, would you believe, to leave the double. You can see a puzzled, confused look on the face
82.
of Adrian Lewis.
Gary, you recall 160.
Never looked likely, did it? Strange old start, Rob,
44.
really has
Gary,
been.
you recall 52.
Yeah, sometimes with players like this, we do build it up, and the first few legs, it just doesn't happen. However, what you find with Adrian Lewis makes it 2-1. As soon as one of them starts to hit the big scores consistently and hit 180s, then the other one normally follows. But certainly at the moment, Gary Anderson has got a stray dart. We talk about Adrian Lewis's stray dart, but Gary Anderson certainly got one. Now that's a perfect Adrian Lewis. Should be a maximum here. And a maximum it is, the first one of the match. Fourth leg.
Against the darts as well, when it really matters, and perhaps that 180 will wake them both up.
Oh, that's number 5. Oh, and it just caught the barrel and bounced it low. Eddie Lewis not worried about that 9-dart leg. He's always worried about putting this leg on the board. It'd be a breaker throw. You take a 2-leg lead. He's going to get possibly 6 darts from here, Stu. Oh, this is not going to help.
82.
It's a great last dart though, isn't it? Still left a 3-dart combination. Too many flyers from Anderson in the 5 and the 1.
40.
Well, only 40. A really, really odd performance. It's a good way of describing it here. Double 16 for Lewis.
83.
Now perhaps this can get Gary Anderson into the match. A 10+ finish.
Well, he needs the treble 19 when he hits so often. Now the double top. You heard it just click the wire. So Lewis is going to have 3 clear darts for a breaker throw. Only needs the single one. And that's a big blow for Gary Anderson this early on.
It's the 180, the 140 start gave Lewis the chance he took. It's strangely out of sorts though, the world champion.
100.
A lot of loose darts. Won't like that line, has to come down.
96.
He's gone from an inch above Gary to just below. Just needs to find
50.
middle ground on the first dart. The first dart is the most important dart you're going to throw because it sets your line and length. It's a little bit high.
100.
I kind of think that straight tons are not going to be enough for Gary Anderson. When Lewis is going to pop up and hit 140s. It's another 140. He's fourth. And you think we're in the fifth leg and Gary Anderson's only hit 140.
And that is the match in a nutshell, in a sentence.
100.
8 tons, but tons are not enough against Adrian Lewis.
140.
Both players far from their best, but one player is still a lot better than the other, if you know what I mean. And Adrian Lewis here
60.
with a great chance to make it 4-1 against an out of sorts world champion. Tops for another one.
23. Gary, you require 145.
The problem is the only checkouts that Gary are getting at the moment are over 100. His treble 15 will put him back in the game. Now he wants double top for the second time.
105.
The leg before it was just below. That was just above. And Lewis comes back to the board. Straight in the double 10. He takes a 4-1 lead. 3 legs clear to the world champion.
Lewis dominating here, surprisingly so. But despite how poorly Gary Anderson is playing,
39.
he could actually be 3-2 up. Missed tops for 117 in the fourth leg, missed tops for 145 in the fifth. Millimetres in it, but
120.
this is a really puzzling performance from the world champion. And I'm sure that
95.
no one is more puzzled by it than Anderson himself.
Yes, what can happen? He can get more frustrated and it gets worse. It's actually making it quite
140.
easy for 80. 80 only just under the 94 average, which to be 4-1 up against the world champion with a 94 average. You wouldn't have believed it if you said it to him before the match. And that's what's happening.
Got to win this leg, pure and simple. Cannot afford to go a double breaker throw behind in a race to 8. Somehow has to find a way, but another loose one into the single one. It's
76. Adrian, you call 141.
strange old performance. But Lewis can't quite believe it.
65.
Lewis not have to really get out of second gear against the champion of the world, has he?
57.
Here he comes
Adrian, you
again.
require 76.
86 average, Gary Anderson. Lewis needs tops to go 5-1 up. It's a procession, a real procession for Adrian Lewis. Gary Anderson, not even at the starting gate, let alone not at the talk, didn't we, about Anderson's dominance, winning 10 out of the last 11 against Lewis. And all Lewis has got to do here is hold it together
100.
and hold his throw.
Yes, you're exactly right. Hold on to your throw, you can't lose. Well, perhaps the break come at the right time for Gary Anderson. His first maximum of the match, and he's only hit 140 as well. Well, perhaps they're both woken up at last. But that's an incredible stat, you know, when you think what Adrian Lewis has won and the ability of the young man, that he's only beaten Gary once in that knockout stage. That's an incredible stat.
First time in a long time. Another flyer from the world champ.
45.
I guess Anderson must be thinking there's no pressure now. He can play with freedom. But even after starting this leg with a maximum,
117.
Gary Anderson hasn't been able to follow it through. I'm not sure Adrian Lewis was thinking about leaving double two.
Yes, I don't understand that. You know, if he splits this and has to go up to the ones, then he could be given a leg away. Leg away, he didn't. It was a great double one because that weren't the route that he would have done by choice. It was just a quickly thrown dart that's flown into the treble 18.
Well, look at that from Gary. 33. Is it just one of those days? It happens, and you know, I think Anderson's just going to have to write this one off and move on to Sydney and start thinking about the next one. If it is going to be defeat here against Adrian Lewis, it's going to take an almighty turnaround for Anderson to get back into this game. But it happens. The best of them just have a bad day at the office. A bad night in Perth for Gary Anderson as Adrian Lewis finds a third maximum. I'm sure Lewis can't quite believe it.
100.
Yes, that's exactly what happens, and you normally find these type of guys do have these matches now and again, and you just have to forget about it. It is a bad day at the office, as you said.
It happens.
Yes, it does.
39.
But I think these type of players accept it a little bit better than other players do. Certainly Gary Anderson does. If it happens, it happens.
But I can absolutely assure you, if it is to be defeat for Gary Anderson, within 2 minutes of walking off the stage, he will have consigned it to the
170.
bin of darting history. He really will have forgotten about it, and he'll be thinking about moving on to Sydney.
Well, I don't know if there's a little bit of problem with the grip or the dart or whatever, but certainly Gary is massively out of sorts. And well, Adie's done what we call a professional job, Stuart. He's done what he's had to do. He hasn't thrown brilliant darts himself, but sometimes winning, you don't have to throw brilliant darts. You just do the right thing at the right time. And fair play to Lewis. That's exactly what he's done.
20.
First time he's missed with 3 darts in his hand, a double in this match. Double 18 tops. That may be the route that he goes. Well, that's what he was trying to do, but 56. The way that Gary's played tonight, you never really felt that he was confident it was going to happen. Double 5 for Lewis.
15.
6 darts he's missed.
40.
This for Anderson to pinch one. And this would only be a hold of throw. And it is. A right smile. 6-2.
Well, Adie's got to stay focused and don't think that those missed darts is going to hurt him, because if he does, Anderson could start picking up a few legs, but
140.
No fear of that from Lewis. He's 7th 140 of the match. Anderson's second maximum of the match. Like I said, Adie has got to stay focused here, Stuart, because if Anderson can win this leg, all of a sudden he's back in the match. Because neither player is throwing brilliant darts.
95.
Well, nothing to lose. As we mentioned, he just may as well go up there and have a go and see what happens. It would be an astonishing turnaround if Anderson finds a way back 59. Into this. But we've seen it over the years many, many times when you least expect it. So you never know.
100.
But he's left to finish after 9. This is by far Anderson's best leg of the match, by the way. Great response,
139. Gary, 126.
Well, the 19's route is where Gary Anderson will be looking, and he normally hits the treble 19s fairly well. That leaves the bullseye.
77.
He's really wayward for Anderson. I mean, he's a good inch and a half away.
Great dart to go within 1. Double 12 for Adrian. Well, 2 more missed darts from Lewis.
Starting to think of the finishing line, perhaps.
Well, he's picked another one. Well, in the last 2 legs, Adrian Lewis has missed 8 darts at double. If he'd hit them, he'd be off the stage, looking forward to a semi-final with Phil Taylor. Pinch 1, pinch 2. pinch me if Anderson gets back into this.
100.
Well, he's only one breaker throw down to get it back to level pegging. And we have seen Adi, he did it last night, went off the
97.
boil, and we've seen it so many times, and he plays brilliant and matches hit a lot of big scores. Then all of a sudden, he'll have 2 or 3 legs where he just loses it.
140.
This is not a time for that to happen for Adi. He needs to get that scoring power back. 7 140s, 3 180s. That's pretty tidy scoring. But he needs to find a few 140s right now.
And if Anderson can somehow get another one back and really put the pressure on Lewis's throw
85.
in the next leg.
Well, if Anderson can win this leg, then the next leg is
81.
by far the most crucial leg of the match so far, because if Anderson can nick that, then all of a sudden the tide will turn who's the favourite of winning this match.
Well, we didn't even see a mini revival coming, did we, 5 minutes ago? But here we are
54.
with Anderson looking to win a 3rd consecutive leg. 6-1. It's become 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, and I would suggest the pressure now is on Adrian. Great response, great response.
177.
Brilliant response from Adrian Lewis.
Yes, and exactly what he needed.
But look at this.
Anderson's come right back at him. It's taken a long time for this match to get really off the floor, but it's certainly moving towards the ceiling.
Wow, great stuff.
100.
Disappointed. Surely have to come down now.
97.
Yeah, good last dart.
Oh, nothing in it, but Adi's got the first 3 darts. Needs to find 1 treble. A visit without a treble is not going to be good enough.
60.
That's exactly what he's done. He's missed the treble, although he's on a checkout. And Gary Anderson, a 140 here.
100.
The
164.
100 may give him a dart at the ball side. Now, this would be a checkout of all checkouts, and that's not going to happen. He can't afford another visit without a treble.
64. Gary Uriquois 124.
He may get 6 darts from here, Stu.
He may only need 3. Oh, that's unlucky. He was looking for the treble 14 to leave double 11. I think he's hit the treble 11, hasn't he? I think he's hit the treble 11.
Yeah, he actually pulled that dart as well.
100.
Had a few snatches in the game.
Adrian Uriquois 100.
Not so much snatches, just a little pull. So, Adi Lewis now, will he go tops, or is that flight in the way? He went for the tops.
60. Gary Uriquois
Those 2 darts are a long way off for Adi.
And Anderson gets another one back. 6-5. Game on.
Gary to throw first.
Would you believe this? Anderson now ahead on the averages, and from absolutely nowhere he's won 4 consecutive legs.
41.
But only 41. What a chance Anderson had at the start of this leg. What can Lewis do? Is Lewis now the man under pressure?
100.
Well, Lewis kicked that last leg off with a 177. On your throat, you're not going to... You can't give those legs up.
100.
Anderson come back with a 180. But Adi, as you said, could have easily been walking off the stage now, the winner. Missed darts
60.
in 2 legs when he was 6 up. And now the pressure really is on Lewis. I don't understand why he's trying to go for that treble 20.
100.
Well, that's exactly why. That's why I'm sitting here and he's up on that stage.
What a good dart that was.
That was an exceptional dart.
43.
And because Gary Anderson is so good on the treble 19s now, you just automatically think he's going to move.
It's a strange old game, isn't it?
95.
Just goes to show the vagaries of darts. Adrian Lewis was 6-1 up, and then in the next 2 legs he missed 8 darts at double, which would have given him the game 8-1.
134.
And Anderson has won 4 consecutive legs. Oh, Gary.
59, Adrian, you recall 164.
Another one of those. Leaves the ball.
139. Gary, you recall 106.
The ball. Giving himself a chance, double 16.
74.
Now a chance for Adrian Lewis
25.
to get one leg away from a semi-final place. He's going to get 2 darts at double 8. Needs to come inside of that, and he's missed again. Doubles, missed by Adrian Lewis. And it's 6-6 here in Perth. Amazing. Anderson cannot believe it. I'm sure Adrian Lewis can't believe it either. 140 will do. No, well, just nobody would have predicted that Lewis went 6-1 in front. No one would have predicted that Anderson would fight back. Amazingly, he is! A fourth 180 from Gary Anderson.
137.
Well, we did say you never know what can happen in this sport. And this match encapsulates all of that and proves it. 5 perfect darts from the world champion.
140.
Well, Adie's going to get 6 darts minimum from 224. Needs to find a maximum himself. A ton may not be enough. Needs to find another treble.
100.
He doesn't find it, and you can see by his face what he thought that meant. Now, perhaps 6 darts for Gary Anderson. Been finding the treble superbly in this leg. May go 25 now.
100.
Oh, and he's picked off the treble with the last leg. Big shot here for Adie Lewis.
Yes. 14 the shot. Bullseye for Adrian. Brilliant. Out of absolutely nowhere. From absolutely nowhere. Adrian Lewis, who has missed 10 darts at doubles in the last half a dozen legs, finds a fantastic 1-2-4 on the ball.
123.
Now, can Anderson take us to a decider?
That was an exceptional checkout from Lewis. You know, for 5 or 6 legs, he just hasn't been able to find it. And right when his back's up against the wall, he pulls out the bullseye. And that shows some character, because, you know, what must be going through Adie Lewis's head after being 6 legs to 1 up and having darts to go 7-1 up and darts to go 8 and win the match 8-1. He finds himself 7-6 up.
95.
Well, lucky with the last one, Gary Anderson. Chance here, another 140 for Adrian. And Lewis. "20 minutes ago, we never thought we'd be saying that." Double 16!
111.
The double.
Well, Adie will be thinking, Anderson, although the professional should hit any double, he doesn't like this side of the board. He's a 20 and 10s man. That has put no pressure on whatsoever. And I said he doesn't like that side of the board, but he likes this side. He likes the 18s and the double 4 just beside it. We are going through for a decider. We would have believed it. Yes, I'm still saying we would not have believed it 15 minutes ago.
Lewis is in the zone. 140 would be brilliant.
140.
Right to script. Anderson needs another treble 20.
83.
May not be enough. Lewis was 6-1 up. Somehow Anderson has managed to force a decider, but Lewis here, was that a bounce out? Was that 60 points on the floor?
80.
It may well have been. Anderson, you feel, needs the lot here.
Well, certainly a 140.
140.
140's got, puts him back in the leg. Lewis still with the advantage of throwing these 3 darts first. Not a time to miss. It's not a good miss. Another 140 from Gary Anderson gives him control.
Back-to-back 140s from Gary Anderson. Amazing match here in Perth. Amazing response from Adrian Lewis. Oh, you would not believe that. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. The 180 from Lewis from absolutely nowhere.
98. Adrian, you require 46.
To win it. To win it, finally. Tops for Lewis. Tops for Lewis. Incredible. You would not believe this. Gary Anderson now. 6-1 down. Has won in a deciding leg. Cannot believe it. Lewis can't. Anderson can't. I can't. We can't. The crowd can't. But Gary Anderson sets up a semi-final against Phil Taylor with one of the best matches we've seen in 3 years of World Series darts. 6-1 down to win 8-7. Sensational stuff here in Western Australia. Gary Anderson, as Anderson gets another one back.